this is an attempt to
relief and remission within reach.
All right, developing tonight. At any moment now, members of Congress are set to receive key documents from the FBI's investigation into Hillary Clinton's use of a private email server. But now, guess what? We're learning there's some last-minute interference from the State Department. For more, I'm joined by Ron Hosko, former Assistant Director of the FBI and President of the Law Enforcement Legal Defense Fund, and Chris Kofinas, a former Senior Advisor to the presidential campaigns of Wesley Clark and John Edwards. So, Ron, starting with you, I don't get it. The notes were supposed to be delivered to members of Congress. Why would the State Department try and stall that process?
I'm not sure I get it either, whether this is an attempt to prevent the House, the Congress from relitigating, from reinvestigating that which the FBI has already investigated and concluded. My supposition would be that's the goal here. Mm-hmm. By state, the spokespersons at state have been relentless in their defenses of Mrs. Clinton, and this could be yet another attempt.
Part of that ongoing process?
That's right.
Chris, have you got an explanation for why it's happening?
Well, my guess is they want to review them just in case there's any kind of classified material or any type of questions that they have to be aware of. But in terms of them being able to block it, I don't see how the State Department can block the FBI transmitting something to Congress. If you actually read the statement that the State Department spokesman gave today about it, they made very clear that they respect Congress's oversight authority. And
okay,
my guess
so hopefully it's just a small delay, and members of Congress will get it soon, because I think, Ron, there are a lot of questions right now about this cozy relationship between the Clinton Foundation and the State Department that need to be answered. Ron?
Well, there are a lot of questions about it. In fact, I was a bit surprised this morning. I woke up and found myself in actual agreement with the Washington Post, who had this editorial piece raising questions about a porous ethical wall between Hillary's State Department and the foundation. Mm-hmm. I think it raises important questions from an organization, the Post, that is a relentless Hillary supporter. And I think they are important questions that certainly I think the FBI is looking at now. There have been other similar questions raised in recent weeks. 2 weeks ago, in another prominent publication, talking about connections and the intermingling of Russian funds, American funds, State Department business, and a foundation being set up in Russia that some thought was for the purpose of technology transfer.
Right. Many questions. Chris, politics aside for a minute, don't these questions deserve to be answered? This appearance of conflict, I should think, is enough to bother anyone, regardless of what political side you're on.
Well, I don't think you can put politics aside from this. Let's be real honest here.
Hear me out for a second. Why can't you? Because, think about a judge, right? A federal judge. If a case comes before that judge involving, say, a company that judge personally owns stock in, well, guess what? That judge has to recuse him or herself from the case because of the appearance of a conflict. How can her husband be taking donations from the same countries that she's trying to negotiate with the Secretary of State?
Has there been an investigation that you are concluding that basically determines that the Clintons have done something wrong, or Secretary Clinton did something wrong? If you know the outcome of an investigation that's happened, I'd love to know. The reality is, I understand that people are going to glob on to whatever they believe. They want to believe about the Clintons, and I get it. That is politics.
No, I just think there are standards. We're American citizens that deserve better than that. We don't need, for example, our State Department working on behalf of UBS to get some clients out of being examined, and then suddenly Bill Clinton gets $1.5 million from UBS. I got to run. I'm up against a hard break, but thank you so much, gentlemen. We're back with more of the Kelly File right after this.
I'm Billy.